with a sensor problem, but the engines that are in it are heavier than normal engines, and they're at the front of the plane, right? So that's the other thing that as that started going down, as they started getting heavy and
all
tilting
that
towards
weight.
the ground, all that weight just caused them to pick up speed. And when they hit, it must have been a terrible last moment of their life. However, when they impact, it was so quick because they was going so fast.
Yeah,
they were just here and then gone.
Just
those last few seconds of being in an airplane and watching the ground come towards you, I can only imagine all that. But just for them to know that their sensors was fucked up and let all those lives fall in the balance, 346 people, though all those people have families. So you have to think like that number is multiplied by all the people that were affected. And for them to just let all that happen and they knew something was wrong and not to address it prior to, they should be held accountable, the FAA and Boeing.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of lawsuits.
Yeah.
They are going to.
Yeah, they're already losing money because all their planes have been grounded.
Oof. Can't believe I was up on something.
All right, now to some happier stories. It's been a little bit down.
I know. It's been interesting, but crazy.
Yes. Well, I am so here for this next. I woke up this morning.
Ooh.
All the Soprano fans know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
There is a Sopranos reboot in the works. Well, not a reboot, a prequel.
I love
what?
Yes, a Sopranos prequel. And James Gandolfini's real-life son is going to be playing young Tony. I am here for this.
Wow.
I'm so here for this.
Wow.
I've been wanting them to do some kind of Sopranos something.
Yeah.
Since the show went off. Yeah. Something. I've been missing it. And, you know, the former cast, Michael Imperioli, who played Big Tony's nephew, Christopher, and the other actor, I can't think of his name, but he's on Blue Bloods now. He played Tony's brother-in-law. They are saying how happy they are about it, and they're here for it, and they know Michael, which is James Gandolfini's son's name, Michael Gandolfini, and that he's a good kid. He's been working hard and this and that, and so I'm excited about it. And yeah, he's a good-looking kid. He's a good-looking, really good-looking kid. Much more handsome than his dad was. But,
I think he looks like a young version. That's why it's so crazy.
You know what? He does. You know, it's weird how people can look alike and one like. Have you ever seen this thing where like two people look alike except one is attractive, one's unattractive? You know what I mean? That's weird. How does that happen? But I think that he looks like an attractive, much more attractive version because young James Gandolfini wasn't bad looking, but he didn't look like his son.
No,
he didn't look like his son. His son is good looking.
Yeah.
I met James Gandolfini on a couple occasions. I worked for him actually.
Oh, okay.
Do you know this?
Did he look better in person?
He looked like he looked on TV. I'll say this though, he was one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Oh, that's amazing.
Kind of soft spoken.
Cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was a temp for when his assistant went out of town. She was Canadian and she had to go out of town, and I worked on Sunset Boulevard in his office. Yeah. And he only came in literally one time, and then when I worked at HBO, he came in a couple of times.
Wow.
Meetings.
Yeah. So look for that. That should be coming out. I don't know exactly when it's coming out, but I think they're already working on it. So. And a little warning to all you pirates out there who like to download the Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
Game of Thrones is the most heavily pirated show in the history of television. It even last year when it had not been on for over a year, it still led all of the pirated downloads with 17%. Right? That's how popular it is, which also makes it very dangerous to you people who are downloading them. The hackers and the
pirates.
All of not the pirates, but the identity thief people and all those criminals. They love shows like Game of Thrones that are highly popular, where you get millions of downloads because
people take whatever they
hide malware in those downloads. So be very careful. You think you're downloading the show, you are downloading the show, but you're also downloading
whatever virus
or Trojan or malware that's bundled with that's working in the background of your computer. You don't even know, and it's doing all kind of stuff. It can do anything from allowing someone to have remote access of your computer to like recording sensitive information and passwords.
Wow.
All kinds of things like that. So be very careful when you guys, if you guys decide to, not that I'm encouraging you to, I'm just saying if you are one of those people who download shows, be very careful. The Walking Dead is the second most popular show, and they also have, people doing that with that show as well. So be very, 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 very careful. If you guys decide to do that, because it could cost you in the long run.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That's so true.
Yeah. In Empire news, even with due to the whole Jussie Smollett thing, it's at its lowest ratings ever. They're saying.
I'm not surprised.
To the scandal, but they have decided that they're bringing him back. They're bringing him back for next season.
Well, that's news.
Yeah, that is news, and they're surprised they're not going to fire him. So there you go. And I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that because you know what?
What's that got to do with his acting?
Exactly. I do believe he did whatever he could, but that's has to do between him and the law. That shouldn't cost him his job, I feel like. So.
I mean, they cut his episodes down, so it made it look like they cared.
Well, I think they were trying to respond in some sort of PR kind of way, like because who knew at the time was going? No, well, at the time when he was like allegations and things like that, and he was going to go to jail. I think they tried to play a little bit of a safe card, like, oh, he won't be on this week's episode. Then they put him on the week after.
I didn't really notice because Empire, I was just having this discussion with my nephew Deuce. Like TV nowadays, they take so many breaks. And it would just disappear for weeks at a time and then reappear for like no apparent reason.
Yeah,
I just stopped watching because I thought it was stupid.
Along with a lot of other stuff. And see, I hear you. I currently still watch it, because I watch it with my wife.
Okay.
And not that I think it's great television, because I don't. I do think it's entertaining.
Once they tried to convince me that Chris Rock was some hard ass gang leader, I'm like, okay, I'm out. Y'all not even trying to be real,
right? Right. Yeah.
You're just putting on his friends now.
That was not good casting. It was not. But yeah, so. I didn't really notice because they have a pretty large cast.
Yeah.
And from week to week, they may focus more on this person and less on that person for any given reason. So I don't know. I didn't really we didn't really notice a big absence of Jussie or his part or anything. But in any case,
how could you not miss the gay Tupac?
He's anyway.
Who y'all think is the straight Luther Vandross?
Luther?
Tank? I said Tank.
Tank. Oh, I can buy that.
So, I stopped. I was gonna say I stopped watching Empire after they tried to convince me that Lucius had lost his memory. I was out right then.
Yeah, it's
a hot mess of a show. Anyway,
it is, but it is entertaining on some level. If you can,
it's a black show, so I ain't gonna shit on it.
Disbelief, then yeah. So and other stuff there's a lot of stuff that's out and back right now. So I'm going to mention some of those right now. Hulu's Light as a Feather, which I feel like I'm the only person in the world watching that show. But since I have mentioned it on here before, I'll mention it again. It's been renewed for a second season.
Well, somebody's watching it because it got renewed,
right?
Yeah.
I don't know of them. I don't know anybody who's watching that show besides me. So I feel like it's just me. But clearly, you're right.
But this show is based off that the movie, right? Isn't it? I don't have Hulu.
Be. I didn't see the movie, so I don't know for sure.
The Craft.
The Craft. Thank you. Yeah, I couldn't think of the name. I did.
I haven't seen The Craft. I got rid of Hulu. So
I saw The Craft. I don't think it's. No, The Craft was. They were witches and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Because they say light as a feather,
stiff as a board. Yeah, right. So that's what I was thinking.
It's no. There's a kids game or whatever that's kind of like the impetus of the story. But yeah, it's not based on that.
Okay.
So anyway, it's decent. It's very decent. And it's different. What I liked about it is so that's coming back. Amazon's, I think last time I mentioned Hannah, I said Hulu, but it's on Amazon Prime. Okay, you happy, Deuce? He pointed that out. You giving out misinformation.
It's Prime.
Hannah is not on Hulu. It's on Prime.
Well, you are journalism. Journalism,
right? You gotta get it right.
Exactly.
What's Hannah about?
Hannah is kind of a CIA type thing, but with a girl.
Okay.
There was a movie out a couple years ago, and it's the series version of the movie. It's just like the movie, but they made a series about it.
Okay.
And it's I've only seen like maybe two episodes of it, but we're enjoying it so far. We're enjoying it so far.
Awesome.
She's like a teenager.
Teenage CIA agent.
Sort of. She's not actually a CIA agent. Her dad was a CIA agent, and for whatever reason, trying not to give too much away, they go and they live sequestered or secluded, I guess is a better word, up in the wilderness for like Hannah's whole life. He takes her as an infant, and she's like 15, 16 years old now, and his whole life he spends training her and getting her ready to enter into society because he knows that there's people that are after her and different things like that.
Wow.
So yeah, so it's pretty exciting.
Oh wow, that is interesting.
A lot of adventure and things like that.
Okay.
That is back, or I should say not back. It's out. This is the first season is out. Netflix has dropped new seasons of Sabrina. Sabrina, was it The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Oh, thanks, Satan.
Have you heard the new one where they're saying, what in heaven is going on around here?
Oh, my God.
No, I can't wait to get back in.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I'm like, I don't know how many episodes in right now. But the first episode had me a little bit worried because Sabrina, this Sabrina, it's always been, rooted in feminism and whatever. Sabrina's that new age type, and she's fighting for women equality and all that stuff, which I'm totally on board with. And I'm on board with it not because of the message or not because I'm for or against the message, but because of the way they were able to incorporate the message into the show where it's not preachy and it's not hitting you over the head.
Right.
The first episode scared me. The first episode of the second season, because it felt kind of heavy-handed, and I was worried it was going to become preachy, whatever. But I was like, "Oh my God, please don't let it turn into that." And then I kept watching it, and it's not. It's back to its old self.
Okay.
Just that one episode was a little heavy-handed with the message, but no, it seems to be just as awesome as the last season. And shout out to was it Tina? Our super listener Tina Greenwood, who she tagged me on Instagram saying it's back, Dino, it's back.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it's back, and I'm watching it. I'm in, and I'm sure Pip will be in pretty soon too because he liked it too.
I love that show.
Yeah, I just got Netflix now, so yay me.
Cool.
And I had watched that other Netflix show that Pip was saying about the kids who are in
My Block.
No, the kids who were in the house. It's on Netflix. The kids who were in the house. Pip liked that show. He was talking about it, and then I watched it. Yeah, they're grown. They're grown, but they started
the Umbrella Academy.
The Umbrella Academy.
Oh, okay.
So I got through the Umbrella Academy, and then I think I'm gonna go ahead and go over to Sabrina.
Okay, cool.
You also got you like Queer Eye too.
Oh, I watched Queer Eye when it was on.
No, the new Queer Eye on Netflix is awesome.
Okay, I'm gonna watch that too then.
So My Block is another show that Pip and I both watched on.
Because that ended so weird.
It did, and I thought I heard it was canceled.
Right.
And I think I was right. I think it was canceled, but I think they brought it back.
Are these leftover episodes or
no?
These
I don't know. They haven't been aired on Netflix before, so I don't know if they had already produced them.
Right.
But I don't think it's been. I think it was canceled, and I think it's been uncanceled.
All right. Well,
so that's what I think is going on.
But it just ended so weird.
But yeah, so My Block is back for a second season now.
Which one was My Block?
It's the one with all the kids from kind of like, I guess, East LA.
Yeah.
It's like it's like
the Hispanic.
about four friends of the black and Latino. The main girl is black, and the other kids are Latino, and it's about basically them and their life over in like East LA growing up.
Okay.
And their friendship and just coming of age type thing.
I thought My Block was the LeBron James one. The LeBron James show that he had about the barbershop in the barbershop. Okay.
Oh no, that was the barbershop.
Oh shit. Well, there you go.
Yeah, and that's on like HBO or Showtime or something like that.
Well, there you go. I got Netflix. I'm trying to fill it up. Come on, Sabrina, My Block.
And the Santa Clarita Diet.
All right, Dino, roll it out.
That season 3 or 4?
Three, I think.
3 just dropped.
Okay.
That's with Drew Barrymore and Timothy Olyphant.
I'm gonna have tons to watch.
And that is that's a comedy. And it's a
zombie
comedy.
Zombie, if you will.
Yeah, there you go. Nice. And I like that show. I like Drew and Timothy. and I like their chemistry together. I like her daughter. I like the whole cast. I like her daughter and her little boyfriend and all that.
They are my favorites.
It's great.
I think I heard about this show. I'm excited to watch
it. It's a cool little show. It's interesting. It's like to me like a better version of iZombie.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it's not exactly the same, but it is a comedy about zombies, just like iZombie. But it's a lot better. Okay.